Woohoo! Trip to New Orleans. We had a long drive down there. I think it was 9 hours. So as soon as we got there, we hit up Central City Barbecue, which was delicious. Roll call for the trip. Had Mama on the left, Dad on the right, and then of course Cousin Bailey, who attends many of our travels. The venue was super cool. It had this like concert venue in the back with plenty of space. And not to mention the food was great. You'll see it later in this video because we might go back. And look how cute that is. So after our happy tummies, we headed downtown. Not a fan of the traffic. Did not like that at all. But look how cool this little trolley is. And so then we just kind of walked around downtown, the French Quarter, and checked out the St. Louis Cathedral, which was beautiful. The detail on the inside was just impeccable. And checked out the streets with all the performers. Oh my gosh, the jazz music was awesome and just so lively. And looking at all the buildings, I mean, look how beautiful that is, y'all. It's just gorgeous. And we headed down to the Mississippi River. And look at this little ferry steamboat ride you could take, and then you would look that way and then turn back around and see the St. Louis Cathedral, which is again gorgeous. Cute little parents. And then this was like my theme for the trip. It was like raise my arm out to side, no idea why. Then we checked out Cafe du Monde, and the line was outrageous, so we're gonna plan that for the morning. And here's Harrah's, which was right across from our hotel and maybe where we entered the night. Overall, the complete day one. We ate at the gumbo shop and was not our favorite whatsoever. Would not recommend eating at the gumbo shop. And then we'll wake up and have an awesome day for day two. Day two, we woke up super motivated and ran to Cafe du Monde. We did this to beat the line and to go ahead and run off our coffee in sugary little donuts. So they serve beignets, which are a French donut, and I would recommend that you go early and that you bring cash because they do not take credit card and they try to get you out of there pretty fast because there is a long line waiting at the end. They were really good, but I've definitely had better at McFarland's, and I've heard there's better around New Orleans as well. So do it just to be fun, but also shop around for some beignets. Then we got to see this cool little band. I mean, well, two guys right outside of Cafe du Monde just playing along, and so cool to just hear that throughout the city. We almost did a carriage ride, but since it was raining the entire day, we thought, you know what, let's just check out something else, maybe indoors, and so we decided to go shopping. And I actually found out that I had pink eye, which was not fun at all. So I had my glasses on like the rest of the trip. So we went to the Riverwalk, which is an outlet store. It was 2 walks from our hotel. We didn't have to drive. It was great inside, and I would highly recommend going there and checking that out. After shopping, since it takes it out of you, we had a little nap and recuperated, and then ate dinner at Pascal Manali's with the fam, as long with Charlie got to join us, and this is his picture right here showing us how big these shrimp were. They are home of the barbecue shrimp, and we had so much fun there. And in the casino, I lost, Charlie broke even. So day 3, we woke up, didn't run, but we went to Ruby Slipper. It was a super long wait, so we just went to a coffee shop down the street to wait. And this is the meal that I had. It's a Bananas Foster's French toast. Highly recommend. I found this on their website as long with their story, which is awesome as well. Definitely recommend going to eat at Ruby Slipper whenever you're in New Orleans. After that, we went to the Fan Fest in Jackson Square, I believe. They had all this stuff set up for fun events, and my dad and I actually got interviewed, which was kind of funny. And my mom won VIP tickets to a concert. Later on, we found out those were not as cool. We went to Oceana Grill, which a friend recommended. So good. We tried gator bites, which were actually delicious. Definitely recommend, but make a reservation. Super long wait. And then we went to the New Year's Eve run through, which was awesome. We didn't realize how much of it was scripted, and they had Lucy Hale reporting back to Ryan Seacrest, and they were just practicing everything, and we got to watch a couple songs from Maren Morris and Florida Georgia Line pre-performed just in case anything went wrong on the actual New Year's Day. Day 4. Woohoo! So we actually packed up the hotel. We bought a lot of stuff at the mall, but we packed up to move into our Airbnb with the Warners, which was really fun. And so here's just a little video of us packing and laughing at my mom and dad. They kept my mom kept throwing stuff in the suitcase, and my dad was like, "This is not gonna fit," and they're just like giggling and laughing. And honestly, they're just so funny to sit back and watch. And I guess you could say learn from, but this was just more entertaining, and they're at the end they're just like saying stop filming us, but it's kind of boring right now, I guess. Oops. And Bailey was also like preparing for New Year's Eve. She's like, "Do you want these beads? Do you want this lei?" Like super excited for the evening to come. See, Dad just catches me right there, and she just keeps adding stuff to the pile. Oh my gosh, so funny. Loved being with them over the week actually. Just had so much fun with my family and with Bailey. It's really fun to go on trips with your family, just because you have so much more fun and just freedom, and just, it's awesome. Love having them. I actually got to see Charlie before we went to the Airbnb, which was nice, last time before the big game that was going to happen the next day. So this is actually New Year's Eve. And this is where they're going to be playing the next day, Mercedes Superdome in New Orleans, which was awesome. It was a weird stadium, actually. I didn't really like it very much, but it looks massive from the outside. It's super dark from the inside. It's pretty cool that I got to play in there, though. Not many people get to say that, do they? Super proud of them, and was looking forward to the game. And then we actually drove to this king cake place. They're everywhere in New Orleans, actually in Louisiana, but we hopped on the tradition board and got a king cake, and it was our first time ever trying it. We don't know who found the baby though. This was our Airbnb. It was really old, really old, but it was pretty cool to see the history of it, and the street we were on was beautiful. And this is Bailey and I all dressed up for the New Year's Eve fun to come. This is the big group that we had. We had an absolute blast. Listening to all the bands. This was Maren Morris up on stage, and yeah. 5 might have been my favorite day. We went on an airboat ride through the bayou, which was absolutely incredible, and we got to see so much of Louisiana that we'd never seen before. A couple of the group had done the airboat ride before, and so they recommended it to us, and we all went, and what a blast it was. Oh my gosh. So we just like flew through these tiny little canals that were actually hand dug by our tour guide's great grandfather. Pretty incredible. I cannot imagine getting into the water and digging those channels out. Like, thinking about snakes and alligators and just everything else in there just kind of freaks me out a little bit. But they did it. They love it. Our tour guide, Randy, has such a passion for that area. And there he is handing me a little baby alligator, and that was probably the coolest thing, just getting to hold it and feeling the skin was just awesome. Such an experience, and I guess I could check that off my bucket list as well. I was just like overfilled with joy, as you can see in this photo. And then Bailey, my cousin, actually did it as well, which we were shocked at because usually she's not super into stuff like that, but you can see that she loved it. And my mom also got into it as well. It's pretty cool. And we also saw a bigger alligator, which we did not hold. And they just kind of explained to us how everything works, and here we are flying through the bayou, and it was such fun, guys. I highly recommend you do that if you do go to Louisiana or New Orleans in general. Then we went to Central City Barbecue, again, and we actually got a tour this time. I don't know why, but like the pit master gave us a tour around their facilities, and we just enjoyed the food and the fun and the fellowship, and definitely recommend this restaurant, Central City Barbecue. Then we went to the game, the Sugar Bowl. My coffee cup actually had the number 89 on it, which I thought was good luck, and Charlie did get a couple catches, so he did really good. So I guess it was good luck in the end, but he's right there practicing. This is during their warm-ups. They just run through some things. I love watching him play. Whether he's blocking, catching, just being on the sidelines, encouraging. He's so much fun to watch, and here they are coming out. I always get chill bumps and get super nervous during it, but so worth it to watch him do something that he loves to do. The Sugar Bowl actually didn't turn out as well as we would have liked. Yeah, we'll probably hear that for like the rest of our lives about that. Texas just came out ready to go, and we were just not feeling it as much. But I will say, my man performed, and he killed it. Here I am with Lizzie, one of our good friend's little sisters, and this is Charlie after the game, going out with all of his beads on. After a 5-day trip, we were headed home exhausted and overwhelmed with blessings, and we had so much fun on our trip to New Orleans, Louisiana.